Alrighty, so the channel has gone over 1,000 subscribers, and there's been a huge amount of engagement and support and a ton of stories. It's been really cool to read everyone's story and, offer some support, just, hear what everyone else is going through. And I wasn't sure when I started the channel what ultimately was going to happen. It was an opportunity for me to offer some insight into what I have experienced and wanting to share, and yeah, that was really it. For me, this process has been happening for the last probably 4 years, as far as really waking up and understanding narcissistic abuse. But my journey of really focusing on myself, improving, and really wanting to change my life has been happening in the last decade. And really what's happened and what led me to the point where I'm at now is, I started solving one problem at a time, and with thinking of improving my life and wanting to better myself and really get what I wanted out of life. And I realized that it takes solving 100 problems that you may have to really get to the root of what's causing you your pain and your suffering and the root of your agony. And then you get to that and you solve that problem, and you realize that there's just more problems down the line, and it's just inevitable. It's just how life is. But what I've realized and figured out is there is a practice, a technique, and tools, and a method that we can use to do this. And narcissistic abuse is one of many problems. It's a very common problem, but it's one of many, and I feel like we can have a method to solve these problems for ourselves. And so, I want to take the channel in that direction and share my method, my technique, what I've learned. And I have been organizing everything as far as tools that I use and resources and what I feel is a good process that you can use. So I think what I'm going to do is start to offer more resources. I'll build a website and I'll have resources on there. And I have been getting requests for like a more personal interaction with people, and I'll make time for that. And if that's what you want, and if it's something that you want direction or some kind of more personalized advice, I can certainly offer that. So I'm going to make time for that. I'm raising a family, and I have my business, which is full-time. I am going to take some time off in the summer because of fire season. I don't like to work and run equipment in the woods when it's fire season. It's just too sketchy. So my wife and I and the kids are going to go back and stay with her folks for a few weeks. And so I'll have some time back there to make more videos and kind of get things organized a little more. But I want to have a vision for all this, and I do have a vision. And I want to make this a full-time thing for myself. I want to build this thriving in the modern age concept, and I want to help people and encourage people and really convey that there is a life waiting for you after all of this trauma and abuse, and it is possible to overcome this and move on and imagine a great life for yourself, because that gift was given to me, and I was able to come out on the other end of all this, and now I'm here to be able to convey it and share it, and I want to be able to continue that. And the concept that I want to work from is a foundation. I want to impart a foundation that you can have, and we begin to build with. So we build your life on this foundation. And so some more content, is going to be geared around that. I mean, I'll still continue with the narcissistic abuse recovery and awareness content, because that is a huge problem and it deserves being continually looked at and shared. But I do want to offer, more content in what's the other side of that after we've woken up and we've learned, and we're processing the emotions and all the feeling and everything we're going through. Let's start rebuilding our lives. And so I really want to help you with that and share what I've learned and how I've done it. And I think this can go really far. I think that people are hurting, and when you're out in the world, you can really see it on people's faces, and yeah, it's a tough time for people. But there's this hope, because every time I go out and I'm engaging with people, or even just observing, there's a lot of fear and anxiety and sickness and anger, but there's like really good people out there, and I'm continually meeting and coming across amazing people, and it's really hopeful. So ideally, we can attract these people to us, and I have been fortunate to have some cool people come into my life recently who are really encouraging and really helpful and really amazing people, and we kind of like build this energy and this force and this momentum that we can then use to motivate ourselves and build and improve. And we can do this via the internet and YouTube and websites and online interaction. That is fully possible. So that's the goal. And I'm going to start, like I said, I'll start building the website. I'll work on, freeing up some time for myself and really putting more time into the channel and into writing and more diagrams and visual stuff that I can use to give you as visual aids. And I'll start organizing more of the resources I've used, and I'll have those available on the website. And the big thing here is this can all be done for free. You don't have to think that you have to pay someone to make this happen for yourself. You have already some of the two greatest assets that are ever imagined. Like, number one, you have time. That's really that's what everyone wants, is your time, and you have it. You don't know how much you have, but you certainly do have it, and you also have free will, so you can decide what you want to do with your time. And starting with that realization, you can really start to get a hold of things. And if you want to spend your time, pursuing this and building a better life and imagining that for yourself, you have the free will to do that, and you can do it. And that's exactly what I did. And if you're in a place where you do want to, pay or hire someone, if you hire me and we work together, I can help you I can get you there faster, and we can tailor stuff specifically to you. But really, it's up to you. You don't have to. I did all this for free. Obviously I've bought resources. I've spent time and money, buying books and, reading books and researching and learning and contemplating. But yeah, don't think that you have to shell out a bunch of money to make this happen for yourself. But, I do want to, if I can phase out my forestry business and do this full time, I would love to do that, because, we need things like this being put back into the collective consciousness, into people's minds, and just getting out there. And if I can support myself doing this, then I would love to do that. But in order to do that, I have to earn a living. But I'll set it up. You guys take a look, and yeah, really check out the resources I'll put on the website, and then I'll start. You'll see some more diversified content, And I'm really going to try to, convey it in a simple way. Like, this is actually really simple, and there's a lot of simple solutions for like really complex problems, and you'd be surprised. And there's a few things of like all of this is connected. You want to keep that in mind. Like, if you compartmentalize everything, it's easy to get too focused on one thing, and then you lose the overall picture. And I've adopted the strategy where I kind of like cast a broad net, and I use that to kind of pick up a lot of different stuff, as far as geared towards building this foundation, this life, and helping myself and other people. And you'd be surprised the skills you already have, because we all are kind of born with these inherent qualities and skill sets and things that we're drawn to, and even things that's built into our DNA from our relatives and our ancestors. And you'd be surprised, like, you might be really good at something already that you don't know about. And once you start freeing up your mind and moving past all the trauma and abuse and just the mental anguish that you can get stuck in, your eyes open up, and there's this whole other world out there. And that's really what I think it's all about. And if we can just move past a lot of the anguish, the spiritual, the mental, and the physical problems that everyone's experiencing, and then begin to heal, begin to energize, build our energy back, build this solid foundation, there's this like unknown potential that you have. And it's this wild card with humans, and especially good human beings have this potential to really have an impact, to really change society and change the world and change humanity. And if we can start solving our problems and start moving on and visualizing building this solid foundation for ourselves in this life and getting healthy, then your mind and your body and your spirit and your energy gets freed up. So then you can start doing this big imagination of life and imagining what isn't real right now, but you might imagine it and bring that to life and make it real. I mean, that's the potential that we have, and that's what humans have done. But we just have to move past all the muck that we're stuck in. And so if I can be a part of that for you, that's great. That's what I want to do. And yeah, that's going to really be the goal of the channel. So anyway, I'm super excited because it's been amazing to just read everyone's stories and have all the comments and everyone being so encouraging and just all the warmth and the love. It's like really inspiring. So thank you so much, and we're just going to continue and pushing on. So I appreciate all the support, and yeah, I'll keep you updated as I start organizing stuff a little more and I get the website built. But anyway, have a good day. I appreciate you watching.